So next on the show, I want to take a look at a new music documentary that has just come out here in Australia. Now, I'll admit that I haven't really been across the music of Courtney Barnett over the past few years. I definitely am now after I've seen this documentary because she does the style of rock that I absolutely love. So I went into Anonymous Club, this new doco, not really knowing what to expect. I knew it was a documentary about the intimate life of Courtney Barnett, who is actually a very, very private person. So I kind of went into this thinking, what is this going to be about? Then I read a little bit more about the documentary, and I thought, okay, it's just going to be a kind of tour diary kind of thing. I've seen these films before, but this turned out to be different to anything I think I've ever seen before. How intimate Courtney is in this documentary is absolutely amazing. This doco came from the mind of writer-director Danny Cohen, who has done a lot of music clips over the years. And his idea was, yes, for Courtney to keep a tour diary as she toured and recorded new music. But this became something very, very special. We think of musos and we think of them on tour and we think of the bad behavior that they get up to, and that every musician out there thinks that they're God's gift to the universe. And you very quickly realize by watching Anonymous Club that that's not Courtney Barnett. You find out very early on that she is so insecure that she doesn't even like doing the audio parts for Danny Cohen. These what was supposed to be tour diary entries. So this kind of goes behind the scenes and shows you exactly what kind of person Courtney is. And it's, I want to say a warts and all documentary, but I don't want to use that term because normally that term means that you're seeing the bad side of the person. There isn't a bad side to Courtney Barnett. What you see here is her honest side, the side where she talks about her insecurities, where she talks about her nervousness, and she doesn't even have to talk about it most of the time. Danny Cohen has captured so many great images with this documentary that you see it for yourself. This is a real eye-opener for young musicians, especially about what it's like to tour. At one point, Courtney mentions how long it's been since she's had a house that she can call her own. It's a real eye-opening documentary. You do not get to see documentaries on artists that are normally as honest as this. And I think this documentary is something very, very special. If you're not a fan of Courtney and you go into this like I did, you'll come out a fan of hers. I've been listening to her music on Spotify ever since I watched this documentary, and I've fallen in love with her music. But this is just an amazing documentary that goes behind the scenes of what it's like being an artist out there on the road. And I don't mean that as a struggling artist. Courtney is a successful musician. Grammy Award nominated. She's won awards back here in Australia. This is just an amazing documentary that shows musicians what it's like being on the road and what that can do mentally to somebody as well. This is a great documentary. So if you're a music lover, go out and check out Anonymous Club.